Hello YouTube. I'm gonna record two videos on how to glue tires for the off-road 1/8 scale racing. So in this video I'm gonna share my simple approach how I glue my tires for the e-budgie or for the qualifications of nitro budgie. In the next video I will share my tips how I glue tires for the nitro finals, because these tires should be very good prepared, very good adjusted to being possible last all the race for a whole 45 minutes. So what you need? First of all, you need the wheels, inserts, glue itself, you need the tire, hole puncher, you need the scissors, but I'm using very sharp and very thin scissors for my purposes, and a bit later I will show you how I use them. Just regular rubber bands. You can also use the special silicone bands, but I don't want to spend money on that. I just buy the couple bucks for the whole package of such rubber bands. You also need the paper sandpaper, sorry. You need a Dremel, paper towel, and just a brake cleaner. And yeah, which is also you need just a knit reed gloves for one hand. So, and first thing I'm doing is to set up my hole puncher for the not for the bigger hole, not for the bigger size, but the previous one. This is about 4 millimeters, I would say, and you need just to create the holes inside of your tires. I'm creating holes just right in the middle, and I create the 1, 2, 3, and 4 holes for the whole tire. And doesn't matter what I'm driving, budgie, trudgy, I will always use the 4 holes in the middle. So this is budgie tires, so keep this in mind. The next thing, I need to prepare the gluing surface. I mean this surface, and for that purposes I need Dremel with the sandpaper head, and I need to sharp this surface to make it, sharpy, not like this one, but yeah, it should be sharpy to increase the surface for the gluing and make it more durable. So what you need to adjust, just check it. For example, this side is actually sharpened, and did you see these small holes in the rubber? And this is original one. It's absolutely flat, and it shouldn't be like that. So keep in mind that you need to prepare the surface like that way, not like that way. And I like that smell of the burnt rubber, burnt tires right now. So the sharpening the edges are finished, and I'm ready to assemble. So the preparation of the tire is finished. So I did the holes, I sharpened the inside of this gluing surface, And I need to do so with the rims as well, but for the rims I usually don't use the Dremel because this is very harmful for the plastic. So for the rubber it's quite okay, but as I'm using the wheels second, third, fourth time, so I always remove the tires and use it again and again. So I propose to use the sandpaper. Let me demonstrate how I do so. Yeah, just this piece of the sandpaper, and I'm starting sharpening with my hands, and I'm doing that through the whole surface of outside of the wheel and inside of the wheel. Just to as I did that before, I will not do that. I will just demonstrate you what conditions you have to achieve. For example, I'm using my nail. In the middle, you can notice, you can hear this noise, you know, because in the middle this is unsharpened surface, but on the sides this is sharpened surface, and you can follow what you need to achieve when you sharpening the edges for the rims. So since you finished sharpening the edges, we can move on. I'm taking the inserts. I installed the inserts on the place. I make sure that everything is all right. And but wait, I forgot very important step. When you sharp the edge of the rims, you need to clean it with the brake cleaner, because the rims will be very dusty, and if you use the glue on the dusty conditions, it will not be very good for the adhesive. So I'm using the brake cleaner, and in this simple way I'm starting to clean this edge. 1 second, and yeah, that's all. So once you clean the edges on the rims, so take care, I don't clean the edges, sharpen edges on the tires. I'm cleaning only on the rims. So the next step, you have to install the insert on the rims. Make sure that everything is all right, and pay attention. I don't usually glue the inserts to the rims. I had the practice to gluing them before, but again, as I'm also using the rims second, third time, the glue destroying the foam, and I decided to not continue with gluing inserts with the rims, because, you know, for the budgie it almost doesn't make sense. For the trudgy, yes, this is very important, because trudgy tires are bigger, they have more power, and they spin faster, and yeah, they have to be glued to the rims. And then you need to install the tires on place. But on this stage I didn't move everything properly how it should be finally, so I always keep these tire edges, you know, not inside but outside, like that from the outside of the tire, and like that from the inside of the tire. And I checking that tires should be inserts, they should be on the place and it should be round. So since I installed, I need to clean this surface of the this edge of the tire. So again, I'm taking the brake cleaner and starting doing so. As you can see, you will always feel that your your paper towel is very dirty, but it's not a big deal. Just replace the paper towel and continue. But you don't need to achieve situation when your paper towel is completely free, because you will never achieve it. Just clean it one time, clean it second time, clean it third time, and that's enough. Let's wait for about, I don't know, 10 seconds until the brake cleaner will dry, and we're ready to push edge of the tires on its place. So now you can make be sure that your edge of the tire is clear, without dust, without any oils, and your rims, side of the rims also in the same conditions. So you push it on the place, and we're ready to go on the inside of the wheel. And we'll repeat the procedure. Yes. You also can check by your hands if your tire is very sticky. They're ready to go. And I push them on its place. So now the tires on its spots, on the correct place. I'm just doing the final checkings before I fill it with the glue. Yeah, and we're ready to glue. So when I start gluing, I always start from the inside of the tire, because when your car turning, the outer side is more stressful side, and you need to keep it, you need to glue it very correct. And if you do any mistakes on the outside of the tires during the gluing, it will be not very good. But if you will do any mistakes on the inside of the tires, it will be not so stressful and not so problematic for you, because inside of the tire doesn't have so much pressure as outside of the tire. So you make sure that everything on the right spots, and I'm ready to use the rubber bands. Pop. We're starting from the inside side. And now you have to check that during all the tire on the side, your rubber touches the rims. So shouldn't be like any holes or any surface between them. So it should be very tight, proper, and correct. So, and we are on the final step before gluing the tires. I'm using thin MR33 tire glue from Tony Sport. So this is a very good one, not very fast, I would say medium, but very liquid, and it's very suitable for the gluing. And there is the place where you need when you need to install when you need to use the nitrile gloves, because I'm usually not very happy when my fingers in this glue, because they're quite difficult to remove from my skin. So I'm using the nitrile gloves, and by this simple approach, so as you can see, I don't use any special stations. I'm doing everything by my hands, and by the just gluing one tire, you can do this as well. This is not very difficult. So I'm always starting to glue from the dots, just to not forget where I started. And here we go. By this simple movement, I open the door, let's say open the door, open the space, drop one drop inside, and we'll move on. On this stage, you have to do everything very fast and correct at the same time, because if you can do any damage, any problem, your glue will catch your rims with the tires, and you have no room, you have no space or time to change your to fix your mistakes. Here we go. It's going very, very good actually. Even I don't touch with the I don't touch glue with the tires, because I don't need so. The glue is very thin, and I'm just generate one drop and insert it and drop it inside of in the place between tires and the rims. So we are ready. We are ready. If you are not very happy when the excessive glue came out of the tire, you can use the paper towel just to collect it. And I don't do such a movements. I just keep it on the top and start, adjusting the leaking like that. Yeah, it will generate it might glue the paper towel to the to the tires also, but it's more accurate if you will make it in the way as I showed to you. Here we go. Yeah, and we are ready. So when I glue the tires, the tires, I'm usually waiting for I don't know, 1 maybe 2 minutes until the glue starts working. Also, I can check by trying to with this movement, and now I see that I have already glued the tire to the rims, and I need to repeat the same procedure with the other side. So I'm using the same rubber bands. And I'm start dropping the glue. For such case, again, to not forget where I started. For example, I can keep in mind that I started from the pro-circuit word on the tires or hot race word on the rims. But in this case, I would start from the hot race. And I repeat the same procedure. When I create this space between rims and tires, and after dropping the glue, I'm always doing kinda such movements and push it down, because tires are in the stress position, they're preloaded and then gonna try to pop out from its place. So the good practice, after drop a glue, I touch it back and I push it down. If we're talking about amount of glue I need to drop, so it's always depends on my personal understanding how much I need, but I strongly recommend to use a bit more glue than to use a bit less glue. The conditions I'm going to achieve is when just a bit of glue is come out from from this surface. As you can see right now, I see a bit of glue during the perimeter of the tires, and it should be very okay, but it shouldn't be a lot. So I just make sure that this is enough for gluing, and yeah, just to hold tires to the rims. So the last steps, I need to use paper towel. Oops, sorry. I need to use the dry paper towel to remove all the excess glue. And finally, when I cleaned the rubber, when I cleaned the tires, as you may notice, my rim become a bit dirty, a bit black. So I'm using a bit of brake cleaner to make it clean as soon as possible. So the tire is finished, the tire gluing is finished, and finally I'm checking just by these movements. I'm checking from both sides. I'm trying to disassemble tire from the rims, and I see through the whole perimeter of the wheel it holds very good and doesn't have any problems. And the same procedure on the outside of the wheel. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So everything is correct and we're ready to race with these tires. The next video will be about how to glue the same tires for the 1/8 scale off-road, but for the 45 finals, because 45 finals in the nitro are very important, and to be sure that your tires will long last and will not be self removed from the wheels, you have to make it in the proper way, and the approach will be slightly different. So I will show you how to glue outside of the tire is very good, and yeah, finally how it will work and perform much better than these ones. So subscribe, like, and wait for the next videos. Bye.